So waiting to see whether or not your meeting request was accepted or declined is pretty simple, pretty straightforward for a single meeting, but it gets a little trickier when you try to book multiple meetings going out over weeks into the future. And that brings us to our next topic and our last topic, which is scheduling the recurring meeting. So there are a couple recurring meetings that will always be declined. Those that have no end date, and those that have a length of recurrence that is longer than 1 year from the date the meeting was created. Now let's say that I want to change my meeting into one that repeats every week instead of just one time. So I'm going to say it recurs weekly, every Monday, and that there's no end date. So let me just try that and send it off. So here's the message that I received. I can see that my meeting request was declined. It didn't specify an end date. The end date must be before 12/23/2015. So 12/23/2015 is interesting because that's not 1 year from the start of my meeting, but that is a year from the date that I sent out that meeting request. You can see today is 12/22. It can't go longer than 1 year from the date that I'm scheduling the meeting. Okay, so let's fix that recurrence so that it isn't automatically rejected. Okay, so I'm going to change this meeting so it recurs every 3 weeks on Monday, starting the 1st of January. It'll end after 17 occurrences. Click OK. Let me send that out. So I can see that my meeting request was accepted, but that there were conflicts. And now I see what the conflicts are. I had 4 conflicts. So I would have to go out and individually set up alternate meetings for those days. If I wanted to still hold that meeting, I'd have to move it to another conference room. And this is an example of the new rule that we've applied to Outlook and Exchange to allow the server to accept meetings even if there are conflicts instead of initially rejecting all of the meetings.